Hey guys, welcome back to The Bright Side. Macy here, The Bright Side Girl, and today we're going to be doing my January TBR. Transition here. I am taking all my Christmas decor down and we're going to start flipping the books around. There's going to be an unhaul and everything, so you're going to get this for a few more videos this year. Happy January! Can you believe that it is 2024? I am so excited for this new fresh start. I love a good fresh start, and I have so many fun things planned this year, both in my personal life and also for all of you as far as videos and content, and also like with the readathons and everything. So I wanted to start this video saying I'm not going to be doing a reading goals video. I did talk about how my 2023 reading goals went in my bookish stats video, so you can check that out if you haven't already. But I decided that I'm not going to set any super specific reading goals for this year because there's nothing super specific that I want to accomplish other than continuing to work on my unfinished series list, which is already down so much and I'm doing so good. Hitting a decent reading goal, but I kind of do that every year now. And then maybe reading a couple more nonfiction books. Most of my goals are going to be centered around content and readathons and things like that. I have specific goals like for each readathon and stuff, so I just didn't want to do anything in particular for the year. I have so many other like life goals and things that I'm just going to kind of leave this one open this year. So that's the plan for this year. So for now, we're going to talk about my reading plans for January. Last year I did kind of a wintry themed January TBR. I'm not really doing that this year because I have some things that I need to accomplish and get done. The most important thing, I'm finally getting to Fourth Wing. I'm not putting it off any longer. I'm starting this pretty soon this year. I'm finally getting to it. I put it off because it's so long and I was really trying to chip away at some of my unfinished series. I've gotten the list down to, I think, 10 so far, so we're doing really good there. We're gonna finally jump into this beast, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna do Iron Flame this month or not, but we're gonna see how it goes. Hopefully I kick off the year with a new favorite read, like all of you kind of predicted. I always start the year picking an audiobook that is super hyped, whether it's old school hyped from like a few years ago or newer hyped, and like what could be more hyped than Fourth Wing. So we're gonna start off with this guy. And in case you somehow missed it, this is about dragons. It's adult, it's fantasy, and it's supposed to be amazing. Continuing on with finishing up some series, I am so close to completing a lot of them. I want to keep my unfinished series list around 5 books left. I didn't quite hit my goal last year, but I got so close and I did so good that we're gonna call it a win. So I have this final book in the Looking Glass Wars. This is Arch Enemy by Frank Bador. This is an Alice in Wonderland retelling series. I am really enjoying it, but it definitely has a specific way the story is told that sometimes can feel a little bit boring or dull on audiobook if you kind of binge it too fast and if you're not in the right mood. So hopefully I'm in the right mood. I was enjoying it, but it just wasn't what I was looking for towards the last half of the year. But hopefully we can get this series done. Then I'm going to reread Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, which was my top book, or tied for my top book of 2023. This is about Emily, and she's writing an encyclopedia for fairies. You're following like her journal. She's going to this cozy town to look for these like elusive fae and write about them. She has a scholar competitor that's kind of obnoxious. It's got a Victorian vibe. It's cozy. It's wintry. It's just absolutely charming. We've got a nice little clean romance in here, but it is so sweet and precious. And it's also like very adventurous and interesting and funny. Love it. I'm rereading this because the second book comes out like the 15th of January. I will have a most anticipated video coming out here very soon. And I'm really excited to jump into the second book as well. So excited to be back in this world. I'm also going to be rereading book 2 in Once Upon a Broken Heart. I think the Ballad of Never After. I reread Once Upon a Broken Heart in December so that I could reread this one and prepare for A Curse for True Love, which I'm a little bit nervous about because I had 2 friends that were kind of disappointed by the way this one went. So fingers crossed. I love it. Stephanie Garber is one of my favorite authors. Rebecca Soler narrates these audiobooks and I love her too. Carval is one of my favorite series ever, so I'm hoping I really love this one and I'm going to try and get to both of them in January. I also want to do One by One by Ruth Ware. All I know about this is that it is a winter thriller. and I wanted to do at least 1 or 2 wintry books for January. I had really good luck reading Rock, Paper, Scissors last year, which is a wintry thriller that made my top 10, and I've never done a Ruth Ware, and I know this might not be like the best of her, but it's the one that I own and it's wintry. So we're gonna try this one. I literally don't know anything about it except that it's an adult thriller. We'll see how it goes. And then lastly, I have a buddy read. So one of the goals, my unofficial goals for the year, is to complete the Throne of Glass series. So I read Throne of Glass a few years ago. I really enjoyed it and I just never continued on. I'm starting over, but this time we're gonna start with Assassin's Blade. I have it somewhere, but I gotta like hunt it down. And I'm gonna buddy read these with my friend JJ. We're gonna try to do at least one a month throughout the whole year. I know the narrator is really good. This is just like a high fantasy series. The first book is a very loose Cinderella retelling. This is technically like a prequel. Some people say you need to read this one first. Others say start with Throne of Glass and then go back. I've already read Throne of Glass, so we're gonna start with Assassin's Blade. It's like a 9 or 10 book series, so we've got a long way to go. I feel like it's going to be my favorite of Sarah J. Maas's stuff, based on the fact that it leans more YA, more kind of like old school fantasy style. I've just heard really good things, so I'm really excited to finally start it. So I have a lot of other books in mind for January, but because a lot of these are like chunkier, longer books, I'm not going to add too much pressure. We got a lot of stuff coming up. I like to like deep clean, organize my house, finish putting away Christmas. I have a lot of content coming your way. There will be a most anticipated releases. We're gonna have the readathon announcements for all the dates for all the readathons. Then I'll have the official announcement with all of the more detailed information about the first readathon. It's a new readathon. I'm very excited about it. And I'm gonna have some other helpful videos too. This is like a big month, especially the first 2 weeks of January. So there should be a lot of content coming your way. So stay tuned for that. Let me know what your January TBR is down below in the comments, what your plans are for 2024, and if you're so excited to be in a new reading year. And I will see you guys next time on The Bright Side.